What's up, guys? Inigami here. We have a new Sugofest batch coming out soon on the Japanese version of One Piece Characters, and that's going to be the Judge or the Vinsmoke family batch. Somehow Sanji isn't here. It's like he's not even really part of that Vinsmoke family. So we're going to have all the kids that matter, and we're also going to have Judge as our 6-star character, which he isn't a 6-star character because we need to fix that. Anyways, let's start just in order. Let's start with Yanji. All their captain abilities are actually pretty boring, as in they're basically the exact same captain ability. Yanji is a Dex powerhouse fighter. His captain ability boosts the attack of Dex by 2.25 times, boosts attack of powerhouse by 1.3 times, and the health of powerhouse characters by 1.2 times. Absin with a 6-month resub. Thanks for ruining everything, Absin. His sailor ability makes Psi orbs count as beneficial. Pay attention to that. That's going to be really, really important for a lot of these characters. His special, if your captain is green or yellow, boosts attack against delayed by 1.75 times for 1 turn. If your captain is a powerhouse character, adds 40 times attack as typeless damage for 2 turns. So that's basically the exact same thing as Raid Boss Sabo's special ability, but Raid Boss Sabo is 55 times, whereas Yanji is only 40 times, so slightly less damage than that, but also gives you attack against delayed by 1.75 times, which is a very, very large boost against delayed for 1 turn. Then we have Nietzsche, who is a quick powerhouse fighter. His captain ability boosts the attack of quick characters by 2.25 times and boosts the attack of powerhouse characters by 1.3 times. And the health of powerhouse characters 1.2 times. Something to note is that if they are quick and powerhouse, just like before with Yanji, with Nietzsche, if they are a quick powerhouse, it is basically a 3 times attack for those characters. We do have all the limit breaks for them, and we are working on getting them up in the database later. Yep, we have limit breaks, we just have to get them on the database later. So all these characters do have limit breaks, we just don't have the details down here yet. Special ability, sailor ability once again, Psi orbs count as beneficial, and his special ability, if your captain is blue or yellow, which is basically if you're using him as a captain, or if you have a certain other yellow character that's hiding behind him right here as a captain, boosts attack of all characters by 1.75 times for 2 turns. If your captain is powerhouse, locks all your orbs for 1 turn. So a lot of these guys, that's how it work. If they are a certain color, does thing A. If they're a powerhouse, does thing B. Which makes you really want to just use them all together. Then we have Ichi, who is a strength powerhouse fighter. Captain ability boosts the attack of strength by 2.25, attack of powerhouse by 1.3, health of powerhouse by 1.2, so it is a 3 times attack for a strength powerhouse team. Once again, Psi orbs are beneficial. Special ability, if your captain is red or yellow, locks chain to 2.5 times for 2 turns. Basically Raid Boss Hancock special. If your captain is a powerhouse character, delays all enemies for 2 turns. So it is a better Raid Boss Hancock if you have a Psi powerhouse captain or a strength powerhouse captain. Just straight up better Hancock. And Reiju, who is an int powerhouse cerebral. Ooh, her captain ability is different. She boosts recovery of powerhouse characters, but at the end of the day, it's basically the exact same thing. Once again, Psi orbs count as beneficial. Her special ability, if you have purple or yellow captain, recovers 7,000 health, which is a decent chunk of health. Removes poison, which is pretty appropriate, right? And reduces duration of paralysis, despair, and silence by 3 turns. That's going to be incredibly useful to have a person who is a paralysis, despair, and silence remover. If the captain is a powerhouse character, reduces damage received by 70% for 2 turns. So the 70% damage reduction, not going to be as useful, but that paralysis, despair, silence, and poison removal is going to be so incredibly useful. There are a lot of Colosseums, a lot of raid bosses that do 1, 2, or all 3 of those things. So having one character who fixes that is going to be very, very, very useful. And then finally we have Judge, who is a Psi powerhouse driven character. His captain ability boosts the rate of Psi orbs, reduces damage taken by 15%, boosts the health of all characters by 1.25 times, and if you have a character of every single color on your team, boosts the attack of all characters by 3.9 times if they have a matching orb, or boosts them by 2.25 times otherwise. So this is basically Psi Akainu, But unlike Akainu, he will boost your health and also reduce damage taken. So your team will be much tankier with a Judge captain versus an Akainu captain. But Akainu is easier to make teams for since Akainu doesn't care what colors you bring, whereas Judge wants you to use one of every single color. So, it's kind of basically like Akainu, but really wants you to use a Rainbow Team, because without a Rainbow Team, you do not get the attack boost at all. You just get a really weak character. His special ability reduces bind duration by 7 turns, boosts orb by 2 times, so it's another 2 times orb booster. If he is the captain or friend captain, he'll boost the rate of psi orbs, shuffle your orbs, and he can shuffle all your orbs, including block orbs. So he gets rid of block orbs, shuffles all your orbs, and increases the rate of psi orbs. So orb manipulator, orb booster, and also bind reducer. Overall, I don't think that he is ridiculous. There's some people saying that he's a Psi Akainu, and so it's ridiculously overpowered. He is definitely going to be very, very, very strong, especially with all of his kids who literally just work with him. Bandai really wants you to use these teams together, wanting to make you pull to get all these characters to make that sweet, sweet team. But with a restriction of one of each color, it's not going to be as insane as Akainu, where I can just use a straight red team with Akainu, or use Akainu with some green characters or some blue characters or whatever. So that does limit who you bring a lot. And also, what is nice about Judge though is that Judge does not look for a Psi orb, Judge looks for a matching orb. So even though he boosts the rate of Psi orbs, a red, green, or blue, or purple character normally won't benefit from that increased rate of Psi orbs, because that will, in a way, actually lower their chance. Well, it shouldn't lower, depending on how Bandai actually programs it. It shouldn't lower their chance of getting a matching orb, but it should lower their chance of getting all the other orbs but increase Psi orb. It's math stuff. At TLDR is, if you're using a Judge, your red, green, and blue characters shouldn't have lower rate of getting matching orbs, even though it increases Psi orb rate. That should be the TLDR, at least that's how it's worked before, thanks to some data mining magic that we've done in the past. The binder duration by 7 turns can be very useful situationally, but the 2 times orb boost is really nice, although we have seen higher than 2 times boost before. Speaking of using them all on the same team, here you go. Here's a team with the Judge and all of his kids. No thinking required, just slapped all the kids on a team, and they're purposefully made to work with each other. We have setting the chain multiplier to 2.5 times and delaying. Speaking of delaying works great with Yonji, who boosts against delayed by 1.75 times, and Nietzsche will boost your attack, and Captain boosts your orb. So you have orb boost, attack boost, conditional attack boost, chain lock, and the Sabo style effect. So you basically have everything together in this team right here. It's just a really solid team. Although Reiju honestly can just be replaced by someone who is more offensive, like a different powerhouse character, if you want to use that instead of her, or you can use her for a damage reduction in a conditional team. Like somebody, Dankus Meme linked this one. This one is basically just another powerhouse team, swapping out with a 2 times powerhouse attack booster with a still 2.5 times chain lock, with a delayer here to set that 1.75 times powerhouse attack against delayed. It's good. A lot of very, very good teams with him, but I don't think he's too ridiculous. This batch definitely wants to make you to pull all these characters together. These characters will absolutely see play. There are no weak characters in this batch. Although these characters right here these characters do see a lot of overlap with other characters in the game. Like Yonji, Nietzsche, Ichi, they all kind of do something that someone else already does. But if you use them with the right captain, they do a lot of things at once, which is what is really important, is that they combine 2 things. Like this is just a better Hancock, but requires you to use the right character as strength or Psi powerhouse. Otherwise, not as good as Hancock. So not as flexible as a lot of other characters, but in the right team is really good. Guys, should you do polls, go for it if you're interested. I'm not doing polls because I'm waiting for those. I want to save up all those gems to do a big Sugo down the line. I haven't seen Inigami. Good luck on your pulls if you're doing them. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all stay beautiful.